Welcome to Story Matrix. Another day, another story. Hey everyone. Do you know what the magnet said to the fridge? You're attractive. Awkward, am I right? Well, everyone has been there or will be there at some point in their dating life. Sounds intimidating? Well, when the Matrix is here, you never fear. Today, we are featuring some of the worst dating stories real people shared on the internet. Hopefully, this will be a roadmap for you to avoid potential pitfalls, so let's go. Justified quid pro quo? I had been out of the dating game for so long. My friend tried to set me up with a guy she knows through a friend of a friend of a friend. So she set up a blind dinner and movie date with the guy. I told him I'd chip in money at both, but he insisted that he had it covered. Everything went great, and we actually had a really good time. I thought we had hit it off and was thankful to my friend for setting this up for me, until. At the end of the night, we're sitting in his car in the parking lot of the restaurant we had just eaten at. And he asks for a BJ, saying, I bought you dinner and took you to a movie, it's the least you can do. Thankfully I lived nearby. I hopped out and walked home. Since that day, I have made sure my friend doesn't hear the end of this. Beta male, or just a simp. Took girl to movies, I now realize not the best location for first dates. She asks, can my best friend come too? There go my chances. Basically, I say, of course, you can. I was trying to be nice and was also assuming it was going to be a girl. She shows up with her friend, who is indeed a guy. This is when I find out that it's her one and only ex, but they remain best friends and nothing is happening between them. I think to myself, well, this date is ruined. Let's try to salvage it. Go to pay for our tickets, me and her, even when she offered to pay for hers. After buying, she turns around and buys her ex's ticket. We actually got along fine, and they were nice people, but it was like a tug of war for the rest of the night fighting for her attention. Of course, I lose, they are best friends, but I have not given up yet. When I get home the guy adds me on Facebook, and he proceeds to tell me don't bother trying to date her, she's a terrible girlfriend. I think, thanks for the heads up, dude. I finally got her alone for one more movie, but it all just sort of fell apart. I actually really liked her, but clearly, I had no effect on her. Oh well, I guess. Take note, future daters, movies are a bad first date idea. Luck, or missed opportunity? I went on an online date with this guy when I first moved back home from college. We met up, and I have a habit of telling my parent, I'm going out, I'll be back later, with those specifics, etc. Anyway, this time, she says, just be careful and if he can't drive, get out of the car. We were en route to our first destination, and it was closed. So, he asked me where I wanted to go, and I said, Hooters and bowling. I know, keep it classy right here. His driving was so reckless. Really bad. Anyway, we ended up going across town because he wanted to take me to this one place. By this time, I've determined I'm not into him, and I want out, so I just go along with it. Maybe we can be friends, right? His brakes give out, and we end up having an accident. We ran into the back of a truck pretty hard, and I jerked forward, glasses flying off. After the smoke settles, when I'm nervous, I start laughing. He asks if I'm okay, I said sure, and I'm looking for my glasses, and he goes, oh, this is bad, really bad. So, I said, why? No insurance? He says, no, I have a warrant for my arrest. He gets out of the car and runs. As he's running into the sunset, he's yelling back at me, I'm really sorry, I can't afford to go to jail again. The person we hit leaves. So, I'm the only one there, and the police show up. I had to call my parent to come to pick me up because I have no friends in the area, and of course, I gave the cops his info. I knew I wasn't going to talk to him again. The police gave me a ride to a gas station across the street as I was waiting for someone to pick me up. I leaned back, took a picture in the cop car, posted it on Facebook, and tagged him in the picture. Somewhere in between the running, he found time to get on Facebook and block me. The bad part about not just the accident, is I didn't even get a chance to enjoy Hooters and wings. Clumsy with a side of stupidity. I was on a first date with a girl I had met through doing some community theater. We'd gone to the movies to see Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Before the movie, we were chatting and slowly realizing that it definitely wasn't meant to work out. We just had too many conflicting interests and opinions. It made the experience incredibly uncomfortable, especially because we started lightly arguing over things like politics and religion. I was young, and I was an idiot. Anywho, before the movie started, I texted another friend of mine to tell her, the friend, how terribly the date was going. And then I heard that fateful sound. Immediately after clicking send on my phone, my date's phone chimed. She pulled it out of her purse and read whatever text had come in. She then slowly turned to me and asked, "Did you mean to send it to me?" I immediately realized and explained that I had just opened up whatever the most recent message in my inbox was and replied to that, with the intention of texting my friend. Or perhaps I'd clicked the wrong name in my contacts list. They both were the only names beginning with M in my phone. Needless to say, she was pretty upset. I explained that despite our differences, I really enjoyed her company. I really did, because she was brilliant and beautiful. She was definitely out of my league. So we continued the date as friends, which was more awkward than we had anticipated. After the movie, we went our separate ways. When I got back to my apartment, I texted that same friend again about how that date was incredibly uncomfortable and I doubted that there would be a follow-up. My phone chimes. "You sent it to me again." Before The Matrix reveals the final dating horror story. Please subscribe to the channel, and The Matrix might just take you out on a date. Oh, and please let us know your dream date in the comments down below so we can fulfill your desire. Match made in heaven? I was really young, probably about 15 or so. I was boy crazy. I had a crush on every guy who even remotely expressed an interest in me. But this guy, there are no words to describe this guy. His name was Spencer. We met through a mutual friend, and while he wasn't exactly my type, he told me he thought I was pretty, and so, I wanted to give him a chance. A couple of weeks later we decided to meet up at the mall for our first official date. He was very sweet, we were holding hands, you know, typical teenage BS. But then he got weird. Very weird. We're sitting on this bench, and he turns to me and stares me right in the eyes and says, "Wow, when I look at you, and I look into your eyes, I feel like I'm looking into your soul." Okay. I'm 15 and desperate for an epic love story, so I just smile. He goes on, "I know this seems soon, but I think you might be my soulmate. I can't wait until the day we can get married, have babies, and live together. We're going to have such an amazing life together." So let me recap. I'm 15, I'm on a first date, and my date essentially proposed to me. I noped the F out of there and never talked to him again.